Hey everybody, welcome back for a memory keeping video. This time it's for the week of February 10th through the 16th. And yes, this was the week of Valentine's, but more importantly, it was the week of my husband's birthday as well as my second youngest sister's birthday. So I used a kit more in line with the birthdays than anything else. So this is Sci-Fi Fan by Apple Blossom Prints, and I got the fashion add-on with like the brunette medium skin tone people so that it would represent my husband and my sister because that's kind of the category they're in. Although they're both brunette, but they both have like lighter skin than I do. So really it looks more like me than anybody, but that's fine. I love the guy with the black cat. I feel like that's very my husband energy. Like 8 or 9 years ago when I used to volunteer at an animal shelter and he would come visit me every now and then, he like fell in love with this little black cat one day, and neither of us could have another cat or a cat at all where we were currently living. So yeah, I was like, don't fall in love with that cat. And then the cat ended up getting adopted, and he was kind of sad about it. I'm like, well, no, that's good. And he was like, yes, I know. But like, I really love that cat. So anyway, that's just a flashback for me. I feel like we'll probably have a black cat at some point in the future. I'm always making jokes lately about like how our future cats are going to be named like Genevieve the Fourth and Clover the Third, and we're just going to keep reusing the same two names for our two current cats, who obviously are not going to be with us forever. That's just how life works. But that's my stupid joke lately, is that we're just going to name all our cats Genevieve and Clover. Which ultimately led to a really weird conversation at some point about like we're not pro cloning. Especially because like if we cloned Evie, Genevieve, she would be really upset about it. We know she would be. She would stare at her clone and be like, I hate you. So anyway, those are the types of things my husband and I talk about. I don't know why. It's just that's just what comes up. So anyway, I think it's funny that my shirt and my nails and this kit all kind of go together in this video. That was not really intentional. I am like over 2 months behind in my planner at this point because the semester is semestering. This was week 4 of the semester, I realize, and now I'm about to start week 14. So I really only teach for 2 more weeks, and then I'm kind of mean and make them do presentations the last week before finals, because at that point I'm like, you tell me what you know. Really. I've taught you everything I can at this point. You tell me what you've learned now. I definitely hated giving presentations in undergrad and grad school. Although past community college, I really never gave presentations except in my creative writing classes where like we were required to read our work in front of the class, which, you know, makes you want to shrivel up inside. But then at the same time, it's like you have to do that if you go into that field. So anyway, I never liked it as a student. However, the only way I ever got better was practicing it. So that's my rationale. I don't even know where this voiceover is gone. My brain's slightly fried because again, like I said, we're about to enter week 14 of the semester. And if you're new here, you haven't heard this rant before. If you're old here, if you've been here before, you've probably heard my grand plan to restructure the entire school year, where we make everything go into like quarters and then we just do year-round schooling, but we have like a month off every 3 months. That's my master plan for the universe. So put me in charge of education, please. Obviously, no. I think I'd much rather be on the teaching side of things than on the administration side of things, just being real, even though, let's be real, administration makes like literally so much more than the actual educators. Moving on. That's enough ranting for now. Okay, in the sidebar, I have one habit tracker. That's for flossing. And then I have a weekly checklist from the kit for dinners, and I'm going to pull in a this week header. There it is. That's from my leftovers collection. And then in the half box, I'm just going to put in a Molly baking sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. That is not here yet. We'll get there. But I didn't really feel like marking what I watched on TV every single day this week because every single day I just watched reruns of Great British Bake Off. So I just put that in the sidebar since it happened pretty much every day this week. Now I'm just doing the deco, which always takes me forever, but it looks cute when we have it. I don't have it all the time because I use a lot of Cinderella paper kits and hers don't include deco. So when I do have deco, it takes me a really long time because I'm usually out of practice of using it. But we are continuing with the color blocking trend of 2025. Up to this point in my planner, every week has been color blocked, and I'm trying not to change that because for some reason, color blocking in my planner is the only thing that looks good anymore. That's just for me. I look at other people not doing color blocking and theirs looks fine. But for some reason, when I don't color block lately, I hate it. So I'm going to try to color block as much as possible because it makes me happier for some weird reason. Maybe I just need a regimented system in my planner right now because the world is ugly, to quote My Chemical Romance. But you all are beautiful to me. There's my message for you. Anyway, let me know if you know that song. I feel like I'm going through an emo phase, even though My Chemical Romance claims they are not emo, but they are. I don't know. I'm going through my emo phase in my early 30s. I probably should have gone through it when, most people my age did when they were like 13, but when I was 13, I was super Catholic, so I was not into skulls and eyeliner and everything. So it's delayed by like 20 years. Here we are. What is this voiceover? I don't know. I think it just represents how February went, which was like celebrating my husband's birthday and Valentine's Day. But other than that, February was a weird month, y'all. But we are going to go ahead and get into the daily plans before I embarrass myself further. Anyway, Monday was my husband's birthday. It was also my sister's birthday. He turned 33. She turned 23. It's cute. We love it. That birthday party stickers from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And then it was also my payday, my once a month payday. So I marked that with a really old Oh Hello Co sticker because the color matched this. And then I marked going to work. So I have a chalkboard sticker from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I just marked that I was exhausted, much like I am right now trying to record this voiceover. So that is also from Sweet Ava's paper. You're going to see a lot of Sweet Ava's paper in my planner the next few months because if you watched my haul that just went up, I placed a huge order because it's supposedly her closing sale. Everything's like super discounted. I went not like overboard because it's everything I'm going to use, but I have a lot of her stickers now, so you're going to see them a lot. Tuesday, I did a workout and graded. So that is from Beneva Creations. I voiced over a plan with me from December because I guess I was still catching up. I feel like I kind of almost caught up with Plan With Me as being close to the date of which they happened. And then the semester really got into the swing of things and I got behind again. Or no, it's like I caught up over spring break almost. But then after spring break, I've just been really tired. That's all, really. So I did that, and then I filmed another Plan With Me. I think it was for Christmas. So those two stickers are both from Sweet Ava's paper. I love that Dune album there. Or maybe that's supposed to be like a coffee table book. I don't know what Dune Imperium means. I've only read the original novel, which I feel like is saying something, because if you don't know, Dune, the novel, was like 800 something pages. It took me a while to get through. And I will be honest, I preferred the most recent movie's ending to the book ending. I thought it was better, particularly since Zendaya was in that role. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on Dune, if you have them. If you don't have them, honestly, that's great for you. I love that for you. Wednesday, my husband was off for one of the president's birthdays. I don't know. They decided to give him this random Wednesday off, which sucked because I still had to go to work because I didn't have that day off. So it was really hard to get out of bed that morning. That's from Beneva Creations. I went and taught my classes. That's from Sweet Ava's paper, and then graded reading responses. So that is from Beneva Creations. And then I was exhausted again. So I'm going to have another Sweet Ava's paper sticker. I had to go put gas in the car, which luckily I only have to do like once a month at most, because right now I'm not commuting as far as I was last semester. That's going to change in the fall. But for now, I really don't have to spend that much money on gas. It's really nice. We had family time on the couch, which means that me, my husband, and both of the cats were hanging out on the couch. Clover does not usually hang out on the couch with us that much, but in the wintertime, it's more likely because she's cold and we have blankets and stuff, so she joined us. So that was really cute. I like when all four of us can hang out together. Clover's kind of in her punk phase where, at this point, she was almost 2 years old. Now she is 2 years old. and she kind of just wants to do her own thing, and that's totally fine. Evie's the cuddly one because she's older and she's like, yeah, I'll sleep all day, I don't care. Thursday was Galentine's Day, and I wanted to mark that, especially because my two very best gal pals are my two lady cats. So I marked that with an icon from Cinderella paper. It was raining this day, so I have a sticker from Sweet Ava's paper for that. My husband was working from home this day, and then I had to lesson plan. I've made Thursdays my lesson planning days this semester because it just works out, especially with communicating with my student assistant about what we are doing or what I need her to prepare for the next week. So I have a Beneva Creations girl for that. And then I had grading to do, so I'm going to use another Beneva Creations girl for that. I wrote a Valentine's Day card to my husband, so I'm going to pull in a Sweet Ava's paper pen icon for that. And then this is where I think I picked up the Moonstone again. I finally finished it like a couple weeks later. This is like an old Victorian novel. I think it's considered like the first detective novel in English. It was, at this point when I was reading it, it was getting wild. I was like, what is happening? What are we doing? It was crazy. I don't even remember what happened at the end. It was all over the place. Not my favorite Wilkie Collins novel. I think I've talked about this before, but glad I finished it. I had started it, so I'm like, I feel like I need to finish it. So anyway, I marked that with a book from Corks and Corks Co. Friday was Valentine's Day, so I'm going to mark that with a Molly couple from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. Clover was 22 months. I do promise you, after we reach her second birthday, which was April 14th, I will stop marking how many months old she is. It's going to break my heart a little bit, but I will stop doing it. But here, I'm going to mark that with the Beneva Creations cat, that she was 22 months old. And then my husband worked from home again, and I was in a really bad mood this day. I don't know. I was just like really in my head. I don't even know why. It was stupid. But I marked it with a Sweet Ava's paper grumpy cat because I was just in a bad mood this day. Technically, I had this day off, even though I, didn't have to go to class anyway. So whatever. I didn't do any grading either this day because technically I had a 4-day weekend. I feel like having 2 days off for President's Day is like a thing here and nowhere else. Let me know how it is where you are. So I got technically Friday and then the next Monday off for President's Day. My husband got Wednesday the 12th and Monday the 17th off. I don't know why they didn't just give him a 4-day weekend. I don't know what having a random Wednesday off does for anybody, but whatever. I don't run the world. We've established this. But yeah, I was working on a job application this day, a full-time teaching job. So that resume, Molly, is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I had some supplemental questions I had to work on. I didn't end up getting that job, unfortunately. I didn't even end up getting to the interview stage, but we will try again when something else comes up. And then my husband got me some roses and some chocolate. Forget what color. I think they were pink roses. Can't remember. That's terrible. We've been together a long time, so there's been a lot of bouquets over the years. So sometimes I forget exactly which ones I associate with which memory. But yeah, he got me flowers and chocolate. That was nice. And then we actually went out for Valentine's Day this year. We normally don't. Like, we are very much for Valentine's Day, like stay-at-home cats. Like, we've always celebrated it. My husband was really the first time in my life when I met him 12 plus years ago, really the first time in my life that I ever even remotely liked Valentine's Day, because up to the point that I met him, I was a very grumpy Gus about it. We don't have time to get into all of that right now, but I was very angry about it for reasons. So, yeah, we've always celebrated it, but like generally we don't go out, and we thought going out on a Friday night, Valentine's Day, was gonna we're kind of pushing our luck. But we went to one of our favorite local sushi restaurants, and they were able to seat us. They have a patio with heaters. In California, that's enough to even if it's a little chilly at night, we can survive, right? So yeah, we got sushi and it was really nice. So that's our first time going out to dinner on Valentine's Day, and it worked out really well. So that date night script is from Once More with Love, and the sushi script is not sushi script, sushi icon is from the sticker party. But yeah, normally we just cook a nice meal at home, but it was nice to go out. Friday night is our normal going out night anyway, so I'm glad we still stuck to it. Saturday, I marked with a headache Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. that my left ear was plugged, so I took some Claritin because I thought it was related to maybe allergies. I submitted another full-time job application, and we made waffles. So that is from Beneva Creations and Itty Bitty Sticker Co. I kept reading The Moonstone, so I have a book icon from the Fox and Cactus, and then I voiced over A Plan With Me, so I have a Sweet Ava's paper sticker for that. Sunday, I marked that I felt really dizzy. I'm not really sure why. So that's from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. We went on a short walk around the neighborhood, so I have some shoes from Carly Plans. I read The Moonstone, so I'm going to pull in a book sticker from Corks and Corks. And then I voiced over another Plan With Me. I was really on a roll with, I think I had a bunch of like backlogged filming that I had done. It just needed the voiceovers, so I just like cranked out a bunch of voiceovers. And then I played with Clover, so that is going to be from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. But that's going to be everything for this week. I absolutely love this art. It's amazing, and I love how it turned out color blocked here. I thought it was very appropriate for my husband's birthday. He does a lot of things. He's not just into like video games and sci-fi movies, but this was just perfect art to come out like the year before his birthday, because a lot of times I don't know what to use for his birthday. So I was really happy with this. But thank you for listening to me ramble. Hopefully this makes sense when I go to publish it. I hope you are having a good week, and I will talk to you next time, hopefully with a little bit more focus and a little less weirdness. Let's hope for that. Let's put that out there. It's also been a while since I've done a voiceover, so that's probably it. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later.